Welcome to Thursday and Sunrise Extra. Thanks for clicking on us. Hope you're having a good morning so far.
She sounded very excited about today's
episode.
Didn't she? Yes, very enthusiastic about today. And why not? It's a great time.
Why not? It's a beautiful, well, it's going to be raining.
Yeah, it's not because of the weather.
Try again. Some people like the rain. The rain is beautiful.
I'm not one of them. Let's talk about something kind of exciting for sports fans. Yeah, because the state of Oregon just announced that starting April 9th, outdoor sports and entertainment venues can open to 25% capacity for fans and ticket holders and all that stuff. So that means Timbers and Thorns games back at Providence Park. Fans can go there for home games. So here's the deal. 25% capacity at Providence Park means 6,500 people can be in the stands there. And they're going to give first dibs to seats to season ticket holders. And they're going to have, this way in, this way out, cashless concessions, mobile ordering if you want to go up and, grab a beer or a pretzel or whatever. And I imagine they're, going to space people out within that huge stadium. But April 9th, that's when they're going to start. And then Hillsborough Stadium, that affects them, 25% capacity as well. Their season starts in May.
For Hops games, yeah.
I was excited because I was thinking Blazers, but no, it's only outdoor venues. So Blazer games still off limits.
I don't know what the number is in the NBA, but I do know many teams are allowing fans to some percentage in the stands already. New York's Madison Square Garden started doing it, I think it was 3 weeks ago now. So it's happening in other cities, many other cities in the NBA, but not yet here in Portland.
Yeah, up to the franchises. So what do you guys think of it? Is there any Timbers soccer fans out there, baseball fans? You guys gonna, go to a game, or are you still nervous about it?
The Timbers fans, even socially distanced, are just the best. I mean, that is going to be a rockin' place no matter how far apart they are.
Yeah.
Also, I think we need to say, I don't think it's just up to the individual NBA franchises, right? I think the Blazers are still trying to follow state protocols, right? And that's why they're not allowing fans in the stands if they're watching. And they may be saying, hey, it's not our fault.
Right.
It's not up to us.
That's true, yes. Yeah. Very true.
Jake Moe says he's looking forward to baseball. Yeah.
Cool. I've never been to a Hops game, but it sounds like they're super fun.
Yeah, it is. A bunch of times. We haven't gone as much in recent years. I guess we've just been busier as the kids have gotten older. But yeah, when the boys were 5, 6, 7, we went there a lot. And because there is not a bad seat, obviously, it's not a very big stadium. Mm-hmm. And this year, they are stepping up in ranks.
That's right.
Because they've been what's known as short season single A for many years. They only played 3 months in the summer, but now they're going full baseball season starting in April, going through into September. It's a better class of baseball, if you will. These guys that are going to be playing now are a little bit closer to major league level. But I always felt like the Hillsborough Hops, even though they were considered low A minor league baseball, they put on a production that was worthy of double A or triple A status.
I agree with that because I am not a big baseball fan, and every time I've been there, I have had the best time. It is a fun place.
And doesn't that stadium just seem very clean?
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's like a very clean venue to watch a sporting game.
Isn't that funny? We really notice that now in this day and age of.
Well, just in general, you go to a sporting event, you just with all those people, you just expect there to be gum under the seats and things like that. But it's really crystal clean in that stadium.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Also, the big news, and this may kind of tweak, if you are a soccer fan and you want to go to one of these games. So starting May 1st, it's been President Biden's deadline goal of that's the first date that all adults would be eligible to get the vaccine. And then yesterday, the Oregon Health Authority came out in an interview and said, we're going to meet that May 1st goal in Oregon. And it's 2 months earlier than the governor's original target date for all people. So you've got April 9th for sports, and then about a month later, is when most people can start to book appointments to get a vaccine.
So Jeff Lucas is weighing in on the stream. Good morning. You are saying exactly what I was thinking. He says, why not wait until everyone can be vaccinated? I'm not going out myself. Oh, no, he says, I'm not going, out myself at risk. To out myself at risk?
Probably.
I know what
it's a typo.
mean.
I bet it's a typo.
Please resubmit your comment.
It's just
with
my
all the
brain.
words needed for Brenda to repeat.
It's not you.
And I think it's a case of if you feel comfortable,
do it.
If you don't, you're not going to.
Right. Right. That's how this whole reopening thing is going to go. I don't think there's going to be that day where it's everyone, back to normal.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to go that way. We're going to slowly but surely open things up, and some will choose to participate, some will choose to wait.
It's really kind of interesting. It's kind of a mental exercise for me. We've been doing this for so long. I think it's going to be a slow roll. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm definitely the wait and see. But I think a lot of it, in addition to some of the real risks, is just kind of like, wow, it's been a long time. And I'm just going to kind of dip my toe a little bit.
It's just going to look weird.
Yeah.
I feel like, like obviously we get video from all kinds of stories every day, and then we're in there like, just to see the stands with people in them is just going to look so weird.
I feel like the Blazers have been playing in arenas with people already. When they're on the road, they've played in stadiums that have had people to this point. So I'm getting used to it. What was weird to me is last year in those playoffs in the bubble when you had those fake fans in the stands.
Yes.
That was weird. Right? Those,
the virtual,
yes, the virtual fans.
Do you think sports people and they haven't gotten their shots yet, at least
the athletes?
Yeah.
You're talking like the actual...
The sports people is what I said, which is stupid, but I meant the athletes.
So I don't want to put it all under one umbrella, but I do know that some of the leagues have said that they're not requiring their players to get the shots. Like the NBA.
But I mean, I wonder if on the DL they've gotten the vaccines. Remember how early they were getting the tests before anyone could get them?
I guess it's possible because it's happening in terms of regular people here all the time, right? We know that people have gotten the shot already that aren't technically eligible yet.
Yeah.
So certainly it's possible, but like I said, I know that the league is not requiring its players to get the shot in order to play.
Yeah. Amy says, I'm excited to see stadiums full again. And then I just lost one. Oh, what did I see? Kayla says, we will never go back to normal. This is here to stay. I'm very worried the next flu season already. Oh, my goodness, already. Some businesses won't survive being shut down for months again. Anyway, varying opinions on the stream this morning.
And Renee Robertson says, hoping and praying our daughter can have a somewhat normal graduation from Gonzaga in May.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky her, she's been vaccinated after volunteering at a vaccination center.
Oh, that's cool.
Speaking of Gonzaga, her Bulldogs expected to win the entire tournament.
They are. Are you going with the Zags?
I would put it this way. I would love to see Mark Few finally get it done and finally get that championship trophy on the mantle. Yeah. The coach of the
Mark Few.
Yeah, the coach of the Bulldogs.
We had to make a choice similar to this in terms of our kids at school this week because this was the first week our boys were eligible to go back into the classroom during a hybrid situation. And, some families obviously opted not to go down that road yet, and they have the choice to stay with the distance learning. And we chose to get the boys back in there for the hybrid model, and not because they were struggling. In fact, they were doing really well school-wise at home. They liked being at home. They didn't really want to go back. They've gotten very comfortable doing school in a T-shirt and pajama bottoms and having breakfast made every day by mom and eating it there at their desk upstairs and all this stuff. So, but we said these boys need to socialize a bit more because they can tend to be a little bit more introverted. So anyway, they went back and no problem so far through 2 days of that hybrid situation at school. But, it's not everyone. Not everyone is there yet. People have that choice, and I feel like it's going to be the same way with the outdoor venues. It's an option, and you either choose to go be a part of it or you choose not to yet. And to me, it is not right or wrong either way.
Jaylene is talking about that. She says, I'm just excited that our high school is allowing spectators for sports, 2 spectators per player.
Right.
Yeah. Kate says, and this is what I'm seeing up where I live. Everyone will run out when we reopen. Places will be packed. We're coming out of our caves after a year or so. Lots of people will want to go out. And it seems like to me, I've noticed that the places that are opening, it's like they're not hurting for business. People are standing at the doors ready to go.
Well, that's why these limitations on capacity and seating are going to help with that crowding issue, right? I mean, if that is true, and if that wound up being the case where everyone rushed out and got into these places, well, you simply can't. You can't rush in and pack the Timbers games because they won't let you. So we're going to keep this spread out, and I imagine it'll go from 25% to at some point 50% to maybe next year it'll be 100%. But we're not going to see that situation, I don't think, where any place is going to be. I mean, the grocery stores are still supposed to have a limitation, right?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, well, speaking locally, you're talking about, or in the state of Oregon and the state of Washington.
Right.
Yeah.
Our home states, Rod.
Our producer, Brian Folsom, is a big sports fan. He knows a ton about it. And he says the New Orleans Pelicans players have started getting vaxxed because some qualify in Louisiana.
Okay.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
That was
I forgot that LA is Louisiana. I read that comment and he said LA. And I'm like, what do the Pelicans have to do with LA? Oh, state of Louisiana.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that, Brenda.
Yes. I used to live there, so that's familiar to me.
That was, Kristen Severance did that full report last week on how she's talked to all the reporters at the different stations in our company, in the different markets, and they all talked about the different rollout plans for the vaccine. And really what we've got here is 50 states with 50 different rollout plans, right? And that's why it's sometimes tough in a world like the NBA where there isn't a universal setup right now in terms of fans in the stands, because every team playing in all these different cities are playing under different rules and guidelines.
I was trying to find, and I still cannot find it, which I think is weird. I assume you're going to have to wear a mask unless you're eating and drinking in the seat.
Yes.
But it does not say that anywhere.
Yes, you do.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah,
I would
can't
assume.
imagine.
Yes.
I would assume that.
I mean, I'll try to start looking it up for you to see it on print. I feel like, yes. I'm not assuming that. I know that to be true. You have to wear a mask unless you're eating or drinking.
I think the Timbers Army and
So I'm just thinking,
the
you're
Thorns,
yelling, you're
Rooters,
cheering, there's a lot of spit that
They're
can
going
come
to wear
out.
their mask out, aren't they? I mean, those people put out so much volume through that mask.
I
Double
wonder,
mask.
like what the decibel level difference would be, I mean, there's obviously less people, and then with a mask.
Do they evenly divide the 6,500 people that are allowed at Providence Park? Do they evenly divide the available seats so that 6,500 is absolutely equally dispersed in that stadium?
I
You know
would
what I mean?
assume so. Didn't they do that for football, Drew? I think they did that for the NFL, the stadiums that allowed, like Kansas City, they allowed people in the stand. I think was it around 10,000, give or take. But
Like you can't have 500 people sitting in the Timbers Army section and then 6,000 people spread out elsewhere. It's not going to.
Right.
Right. I assume they'll space it. Yeah.
Jennifer Taft says she's looking forward to live music sitting on Edgefield's porch with a cider. Yes, listening to a concert. Mask, we can do it, please. Yesterday, she says she walked into a bar and then walked out. My COVID inner voice, she says, scared me back out. LOL.
We went out to Beaverton yesterday, myself and Sunrise photographer Eric Patterson. We were putting together a little Drew and You segment that will air sometime next week, but it was essentially just asking people out there in Beaverton about what they were looking forward to doing most after they were vaccinated. It was sort of a whole hey, we've been dealing with this for a year now sort of conversation. But the people I talked to, I feel like the most common answer was simply removing the mask. Like whatever because people are talking about, we still get out and grocery shop. Some people have gone back to outdoor dining or even indoor dining. But whatever we do, and like you just mentioned with the sporting events, Nina, you're doing it with a mask on.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a very common answer.
I can't hear anyone.
To remove masks and get back
the
to
air going into my eyeballs that goes up is drying my eyes out, Do you guys have that problem?
Well, no, my son's
When
wearing
you're
the
just
glasses.
breathing and it goes up and
Yeah.
I'm walking
when
around
I'm
the
wearing
grocery
my glasses,
store,
I do. I just have to
blinking.
pull
It's all
them
fogged
off.
up, right?
Yeah.
My boys have to deal with that all the time too with their glasses. But at our work, we each sit behind desks that have now plexiglass partitions, and then all of us are wearing masks in the newsroom. So sometimes editor Jay will come over to me and he talks pretty low to begin with. He's wearing the mask and he's got the plexiglass, and then the Rod is about 25 feet away. What I consider to be yelling.
Rod's not a low
his weather
talker.
update.
He is not a low talker.
Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Big sunny skies out there on the coast. And Jay's talking. I'm like, Jay, I can't hear you. You've got a mask on. There's glass, and Rod's yelling. Speak up, please.
Yep.
Perhaps I feel that what I have to say is important, so I talk loudly.
Clearly.
Oh, here's another one. Eric Williams says, I'm most excited about going to the movies.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to that, but boy, how long before our regular big, the main big movie theaters, they have the new blockbusters until all of that gets going?
I mean, they can open now if they want.
How about now, Rod?
Well, I think ours, didn't
They're
Regal,
able to open now.
Didn't the Regal chain sell out or close?
I don't believe so.
I thought one of those big chains, I don't know. Anyway.
Because,
I need to
it was
look it up.
I was looking forward to last summer. We're talking 9 months ago now. The Top Gun sequel was coming out. Right? And that's like a movie you have to see in the theater.
Are they holding that for
They are.
a bigger
Well,
audience?
I'm waiting for the new James Bond movie that was supposed to come out, I think, the April when COVID hit.
Right.
And now it's, I don't know if they
November or
that.
something.
I think it's pushed back toward Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think the same deal with Top Gun. I think it's pushed back to the Thanksgiving time.
Christy Shirk says, I'm missing high school games. I love to cheer on the kids. Lydia Trask says, it will never go back to normal. Masks are here for good.
No.
Joshua Madrid has spoken. We haven't read Joshua yet, have we?
Go ahead.
What?
Yeah.
All right. So Joshua says, good morning. How exciting for the players to have fans back. I'd love to go see a Thorns game, as I find their style of game play to be a very high level. Sorry, Timbers fans, he says. And the crowds to be friendlier. Sorry again, Timbers fans. Either way, feeling cautiously optimistic at things getting back to some level of pre-pandemic regularity. That's Joshua this morning.
You know, it will be interesting with the masks, because I could hear you, Nina, saying no, you didn't agree with the comment that we're never getting rid of the masks.
I mean, not forever.
But I feel like in some areas of our world, like, yes, forever in our lifetimes.
Because they don't have access to vaccines, which is super, sad.
You know,
Well,
maybe-
even in Asia, when they do, those cities have adopted them.
Yes, it was very commonplace before
I
that.
feel like there could be a
yeah.
time where grocery stores no longer require you to wear a mask inside, right? We're not too far away, probably, I'm assuming, from that time. It may be a few months down the road. But I could see a lot of the workers there having the right to, continuing to wear a mask.
Sure.
And then it comes back to where I was maybe May of last year, because do you recall when in the beginning, first we were told you don't need to wear a mask. In fact, don't, because you're going to take them from
I know,
people
how
who need
messed
them.
up was that, right?
Yeah.
So
touch
then we
your
all
face.
started wearing them. Then you got into grocery stores where you're like, oh, some people are wearing masks. The next time you went in, you're like, wow, I'm in the minority because I'm not wearing a mask. And then you were the one with everyone else, everyone wearing a mask.
Yeah.
But once you feel, I will feel bad, I guess, still, if I decide to take the mask off, because I can now, but I'm dealing and interacting with people there at the checkout line who are still wearing the mask. Like, it's almost disrespectful to unmask for the mask.
Yeah, I mean, especially for those workers who have to come across so many people. Here, I agree with that. I was in, again, Walgreens the other day, because it's right near our house, picking up a prescription, and there was a woman at the other check stand, no mask, and I thought, So I took a step kind of this one. I thought maybe she's like, has a medical condition where she can't.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then she started hacking, not just I was like, oh no.
Did someone say something?
No, but I was
No one
like,
said anything.
No, and I thought, I wonder if they already know or there's something that I don't know, but it made me so uncomfortable. I was like, oh, this.
Well, at least the cough confirmed your assumptions that she had a medical condition.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it was.
I know.
I'm
She
not
could have had a
making
tickle
any
in her throat.
assumptions. I just thought, if you're not
just a
masked,
tickle.
don't the stores ask you to do like curbside pickup or drive-through?
I would
or,
think
And
they
they have
would
signs
say
that say that.
something.
I'm like, but going in anywhere nowadays without a mask is just like red flag.
It is very surprising.
Jarring.
Yes.
I would like to think that moving forward, let's say after this is way in the rearview mirror, which I would like to think will happen at some point, that we all kind of have a mask with us on those days, especially when we know we're not feeling good or we do have a cold and we know we're going to be coughing and sneezing a lot, right? Because it was really wonderful that basically, this is an overstatement, but basically nobody got just common sick over the past year.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's
Right?
true.
It has been nice.
We did keep ourselves healthier that way.
That is so true.
That would be good.
Because even having a runny nose is like annoying in the wintertime, right? Like where you have that congestion. And like if wearing a mask at times can prevent that in the future, then
I just am so conscious now of the touching of the face, and washing hands. Like, I don't touch, I have to put makeup on, but then I wash my hands, and it is just funny,
I have hand sanitizer in the car now. Okay, my purse, that's what I'm rummaging through at the moment, is like a suitcase. So I've got, I don't know how I ended up with all these.
I got 3 masks.
Keep going. I pull them out and then,
it's like a magic act.
Yeah, I gotta wash all mine.
Do you have those little airport minis in there, Brenda? The little
bourbon?
mini bourbons.
The cocktails?
Pass that over. She's got everything in that purse.
I do have everything in that purse, but I've got masks for everybody. Because my family does ask me, oh, I forgot, do you have? I'm like, of course I do.
I think we have no fewer than 20 masks in our car. They just keep accumulating.
Yeah.
That's how.
And we do have a packet of clean, the
I need
paper
to get some
ones.
cute ones. I just have plain black because they're comfortable.
I kind of like
the
those.
certain ones that I have.
What would a cute one look like, I wonder?
Kansas City Chiefs
What would a
logo
cute
on
one
it.
look
I don't know, like a printed one. But then
Renee
I
says
also
picking
don't.
up some veggies the other day and my checker sneezed. She had a mask on, but still, I thoroughly washed everything when I got
just
home.
feel so bad. Like, people get so shamed,
Gotta
It's just like, I
sneeze.
sneeze, I'm so sorry. And just
And then they point out allergy season because
Right.
you're sniffling, and it's because
for
you're
sure,
allergic
yes.
to
Yeah,
grass.
allergy season is here.
Poor
I
Nina.
know.
I don't blame my checker for sneezing when I come through the line, but I do want to exchange the grapes that I just purchased.
Oh, gosh.
Will we ever taste the grapes again? Will we ever make an afternoon of just, let me taste those grapes? Let's move
at the
over to
store.
At the grocery store?
When you would like
You
pre-taste them?
sample?
I used to do that, yeah.
Wait a minute. Are we talking
Grapes
about stealing?
I'm very finicky about. I don't
Isn't
want to
that
seed in
stealing?
there. Sometimes they just are gross and you can't tell.
You're eating the food before you pay for it?
Have you never tasted a grape in the
No.
grocery store? Just be like,
No.
all right, these
You
are
test
good
it with
ones,
your
I'll get it.
eyeballs, you pay for them, and then you go home and eat them, and you hope that you did a good job. of
Rod,
testing
I'm with
your
you,
eyeballs.
buddy.
But you know,
Taste a grape.
That's why I used to
Anymore.
like New Seasons. If
I'm
there
a
was something
criminal.
you weren't sure about it, they would like crack it open or slice it or
Yeah.
give you a little sample.
Oh, really?
Well, it's different when they're
Yeah.
offering it to you, Brenda. That's not stealing, by the
Well,
way.
no, you just have to
Spring
ask.
grape.
They're super accommodating. I mean, not now, but pre-COVID. Yeah.
Rod, list 3 items in the grocery store that you would quote unquote sample before
It's
buying
only
more of
grapes.
it.
Well, I mean, they used to give you samples at the meat counter. I could do that all day, right? Give me a sample of the ham, give me a sample of the roast
Oh,
beef, give me a sample of the hard
counter,
salami.
I'm not sure what I want here today.
Shave me off some of that.
I do hope those days
New
come
York
back where you can get to Costco at like 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning and not leave until 5 in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
I would try to go
Rod
there
is a
around
fan of the
lunchtime. Like,
taste.
we're not getting lunch today. We're going to Costco instead.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go and I hate when you open up the carton of eggs and there's one, it's 11 instead of 12.
Do you never look at them?
Well, I do. I'm saying
Okay.
that's why I always check, but it's
Oh,
annoying
yeah.
me. It's like,
Okay.
who took the egg?
Okay.
Is that Rod? Are you taking the egg
Come
too?
on. I'm not taking the egg. Even I have my standards low.
You guys never tasted a grape.
I have, back in the, I mean, I've
Back in the- not
of
now.
course I've done that,
Yes.
but not anytime in the last decade. I was always thinking.
Last decade.
I thought
you were gonna say in the
a long
last
time
year.
ago before I knew better, but I think of like it just needs to be washed. I don't know. There's something about it. I'm like,
Oh.
don't eat that.
I don't know.
Howard Wright says it's called grazing, the grape eating.
Yeah.
And he says, and the loss prevention people will nail you to the floor. Who are
For
these
one
loss
grape.
prevention people? I should know what they look like.
They're undercover. That's the
Yeah,
point,
they are.
Rodney.
Plain clothes.
Wow.
You see, they'll have like an earpiece though.
Should I pull a George Costanza and take my grapes into the men's room?
Renee says,
been a
Rod, you're such a
hazard.
foodie.
Funny. How does
Jennifer Taft
Rod
says
not weigh
golf-
1,000
Yeah.
pounds? Jennifer
Yeah,
Taft
she says,
says.
golf must burn a lot of calories there, Rod.
Oh my gosh. That's
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
It's
All
one
right.
free grape.
I am the worst one human of the 4 of us, aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much that's
Thank you.
I think
Anything
I'm
more
right
to that
behind
statement, or
you
is-
though, above you.
All right, people, we got to go.
Third
Oh,
worst.
geez, look what time it is.
I know. Time
Peace
flies
out,
when we're having
everyone.
fun.
Enjoy your Thursday.